Okay, I am going to be replacing the windshield in my 21-foot Pro line. Glass broke. You can see this is the existing piece, and it sweeps down here. It curves right here, and it's very, very difficult to get this replaced. So got the top frame out. I'm going to be pulling out the gaskets. These are what the gaskets look like that hold the glass in the track, and it's just simply a pressure deal. You can see here where this actually just holds the pane, and of course that gives it a little bit of room to expand and contract, and you know, especially with vibration, you can't have a windshield real tight, so there's got to be some room. So I'm going to be removing this this bottom strip here, cleaning out all the glass, getting it cleaned up, and then we'll take the next phase. Okay, so the glass is out completely from the frame. All the glass is cleaned out. I went ahead and put this back because I'm probably going to tape this up. Got rain coming the next day or two. But just the other thing too that I noticed, this boat is 20 years old, and this this gasket that pinches the glass together as it seats into the track, it's pretty hardened, and just trying to get it out, obviously you can see that there's, you know, it got a little bit riffed up because it was so brittle. So I'm going to see if I can even find some of the replacement stuff. This is pretty standard type of gasket, I believe, and if I can replace that gasket, I will. But anyway, the idea that I have is to take a piece of plexiglass and somehow pin it to this frame right here. Maybe even have to put a couple of sacrificial holes in the aluminum here, and then as I bring it around, I'm going to clamp it on the existing frame. Probably. Okay, so I went ahead and I took a piece of red rosin paper, and we kind of held it up to the window frame, and got a little bit of a rough pattern, and we marked it out on the plexiglass, and now I'm just rough cutting the plexiglass, and so we can get it close to the shape we need, and then we're going to see, hold it up there and see if we can rotate it around the pivot point on the curve and make sure that we have enough of window. Okay, so here we've got the rough cut piece of plexiglass. This is the frame. I put the frame back together, and that's what we cut our template from. And so just in terms of roughing this out, you can see I still cut it quite a bit long, and if I just roll that along this side, you can see I've still got some extra material, but all I have to do, I'm going to have to heat this section up, and I'm going to have to just fold it over. Okay, here we go. We are gearing up here for the big thermal melt. We're going to heat this up and bend this around the frame of the window, and then we'll do the final edge trim once I get it formed, and see what we can do to make that happen. So my thought at this point is if I put a little torque on this and then gives me the ability to switch hands and heat this up, If I put a little torque on this and keep that torque on there, I might be able to just keep heating this up slowly until this relaxes. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, as you can see, I got a little bit of a curve started here. It's been about 15 minutes, so this is going to take a few hours, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to keep the torque on it with just a little bit of pressure here on the outside to give me some leverage down, and keep heating it. Okay, you can hopefully the camera's not shaking too much, but you can see where I'm starting to get this bend after about a half hour here. And if I can get that to lay down all the way over there, we'll be in business. We're gonna put some more torque on it on the end here, and just because I can feel it's not real difficult to lay this down, and it's not clamp it there. Gonna get another one on the bottom. Gonna clamp that there, and probably put another one right here. Keep this down. Unfortunately, the wind is starting to pick up. We got a pretty good breeze out of the south east, and so my fear is while this is warm, it's blowing a lot of the heat off. So we'll see what we can do to keep that going. I might need to get another heat gun on the inside with somebody. The outside of the sheet has to expand, the inside has to contract. So I want to allow a little heat on the inside too, to allow that to compress as well. I've got to contract on the outside and compress on the inside of this curve. So another heat gun with somebody inside would probably be a lot better as well. I may have to end up doing that. All right, let me remove these clamps and just see how good of a bend I have so far. Ah, nice. You can see the plexiglass is starting to lay down a little bit more. We can almost just push it right down to the other side of the frame here, but I also don't want to neglect this curve right here. I'm going to clamp this here, put some torque on that, and then put some good torque on this. And if we can get that to lay down, that'd be good. I get a little bit of a judgment too on how much spring is in this last little bit here. And see if we can continue to heat this over this large curved area with just a single gun. We've been at it now a solid 45 minutes. And you just don't want to get it so hot that it melts and deforms. Plexiglass, this is extruded plexiglass, which is different from cast. So plexiglass is acrylic, and being cast acrylic, you've got a much higher melt temperature than extruded. I bought extruded specifically for this purpose. It's not as durable, doesn't hold up as long, but it does have the right properties for bending. You see, we're really gaining on it too. Okay, as you can see, we've got this laying down nicely, and so now I need to trace where the cut needs to go, and I'm going to do that right now. see what the finished look is after we unclamp it. And it is staying pretty much at that radius right now, so I think we're in business. So here it is. You can see the nice radius on it. And we'll cut this out. See if we can slide this in place. And okay guys, so here's the finished product. And it came out very nice. Couple of quick notes. Because I bent this on the outside of the track, when we fitted in the track, we were a little bit long. Had to pull it back out and just trim this edge a little bit. It's still a little bit tighter than what the original glass was, but certainly it fit actually very nicely. Another thing is that the old track, the old gasket here that we pulled out, after it sat outside for a couple of days or a week or whatever it was, after it sat outside for that time frame, it shrunk in length. And so you can see right here where it's a little bit short, okay? And I had one little mistake where I cracked the plexi when I was cutting it, which I sealed it with some cyanoacrylate glue. So the old seal actually is a little shorter than what I wanted. You can see it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some black Permatex and I'm going to put some black Permatex in there. This really came out very well, very pleased. The other thing too is took a little bit of olive oil, put it on our fingers and just rubbed the inside of the track so that when we slid this down, we started in this corner first, worked our way down, and then we took a rubber mallet and just tapped the top rail in. It worked out very well. So all in all, very pleased with the outcome. Now I got to clean the boat up and get it in the water, and thanks for watching.